Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'm very happy that you are all taking the time to spend with me to review the Lennox commercial indoor air quality products for 2020. I hope that you are all maintaining best practices and staying safe during these times as you're going out into your countries to do business with your customers. We'll start with the core values of Lennox International: integrity. We behave in an honest and straightforward manner. We will not break the trust of the people around us. Respect. We respect our employees, customers, suppliers, and competitors. We respect the communities where we work and live. Excellence. We value high performance from our employees and partners. We deliver quality in everything we do. We deliver value to our shareholders. The Lennox commercial vision and mission statements. The vision is to be recognized as the highest quality and most innovative commercial HVAC solutions provider. The mission is a world-class HVAC manufacturing and distribution company focused on creating profitable growth and an exceptional customer experience while providing a great place to work. So this is a disclaimer that we need to read before every single indoor air quality presentation. The disclaimer is our products have not been tested against COVID-19. Since we have not tested against COVID-19, we cannot make any claims to the actual efficiency against this specific virus. Having said that, our pure air purification system, which is a residential product, and HEPA filter offer hospital grade level filtration according to ASHRAE standard 52.2-2017. Based on continuous product benchmarking, we have no doubt that our pure air purification system and our carbon clean MERV 16 pleated filter provide the best level of purification and filtration while providing the lowest resistance to airflow that you can find in the market. Specifically designed by Lennox, an HVAC equipment manufacturer, and designed for a home's central HVAC system, these professional grade filters enable you to provide your homeowners healthy climate solutions. These solutions are for residential applications. However, we also have solutions for commercial applications that we will be going over today that have not been tested for COVID-19 but have lots of efficiency in regards to removing contaminants from the buildings. Our agenda today includes factors affecting IAQ and commercial IAQ solutions and recommendations. Factors affecting indoor air quality. So the EPA has done a study pre-COVID-19 that states that more than 90% of our lives are spent indoors. This time that we spend in these buildings is segmented between hospitals, medical buildings, offices, homes, gymnasiums, schools, etc., etc. Having said that, the air inside the home is 2 to 10 times more polluted indoors than outdoors. Now we are spending even more time inside due to the COVID virus, and this means that more occupants at home leads to more indoor air pollution, which means we need to mitigate the solutions that we have for our homes and our commercial buildings to be able to decrease those contaminants. A reminder that we have an obligation to the building owner to try to come up with a whole building or home IAQ solution, not just a solution for one particular segment of the building or of the home. So the whole home IAQ solution provide clean air throughout the home versus portable ones, which are limited to the range and function. IAQ solutions will only treat airflow, not living surfaces. So again, we recommend that these surfaces continuously be disinfected and cleaned to ensure the highest indoor air quality possible inside that building. Another reminder is that the fan runtime with an efficient filter is very, very important. The filter cannot filter any contaminants out of the air without the fan being on. Remember, the refrigeration cycle does not need to be on for the filter to work during the circulate or always on mode for the thermostat. So this increases cleaning cycles through the air filter purifier and traps more particles in that building. Another reminder is to avoid high static pressure filters while upgrading or replacing your current filters. The maximum static pressure for air handlers is less than 1 inch. Pressure drop for the filter reduces what's available for that duct design in that building. As an HVAC company, we have designed our healthy climate filters and our commercial filters with much lower pressure drops to enable efficient system operation without increasing the static pressure in the ductwork. Another reminder is to maintain optimal humidity and temperature levels. Maintain humidity and temperature is between 40 and 60% relative humidity and between 68 and 78 degrees Fahrenheit for best air quality and comfort. Higher humidity promotes mold and dust mite growth. Drier air causes particles to stay suspended longer and can aggravate the respiratory system. So the key is to try to maintain between 40 and 60% humidity in the building and between 68 and 78 degrees Fahrenheit, so you have the least amount of contaminants in the air to be able to cause health issues. Another reminder is to have proper ventilation so you can dilute the indoor contaminants. If it's allergy season, make sure that air filtration and purification is in place before ventilating. Maintenance checks for the heating and energy recovery ventilators, HRV and ERVs, include: check unit is set up correctly to run with the system. Clean and check filters and the core. Check balancing input and exhaust air streams within 10%. Explain options to run the HRV, ERVs at high speed using controller settings when needed by the homeowner. And consider upgrading to a high efficiency filter inside the unit. These are all ways that we can improve indoor air quality by properly ventilating the stale air from our building to the exterior of the building. The average person breathes about 20,000 times per day, so helping our customers keep their air clean should always remain a priority. The nose can only filter out large particles, and it has been shown that particles less than 2.5 microns make it through the respiratory tract, and ultrafine particles make it all the way down to the lungs and can cause health issues. 90% of all the particles indoors are PM 2.5 or 2.5 microns, making it crucial for air purifiers to catch these particles if they are to have any significant effect in cleaning the air in your room. Let's look at particle sizing to get grounded. Many people have heard of PM 2.5, but what does that really mean? PM is an abbreviation for particle matter, which is the mixture of solid particles and liquid droplets found in the air. And 2.5 refers to the diameter of the particles in microns, which is 1/1,000,000th of a meter. There are 3 different particle sizes that are comparing the sizes to human hair from 50 to 70 microns. We can see here that the COVID-19 virus is somewhere in the range of 0.07 to 0.09 PM or particle matter or microns, which is the virus that at this moment we are targeting to try to mitigate. Commercial product descriptions and recommendations. Here we have the Lennox Commercial IAQ solutions, which include ventilation, dehumidification, air purification, UV treatment, and filtration. Today, we're going to focus on air purification, UV treatment, and filtration. So now let's look at the particle size in microns and the MERV filter ratings. MERV 4 filters do not really help anywhere from around 3 microns or below. They only remove less than 20% of the particles within that range. MERV 8 filters are common among typical upgraded filters for commercial applications and do help in reducing around 85% of particles around that same size range. ASHRAE recommends that in order to have a more significant effect in commercial applications, that building owners upgrade to a MERV 13 filter, which does start to remove particles between 0.01 and 0.3 microns in size, which is the size that we're targeting. At this PM size, the filter removes approximately 50% of the particles. The reference for this slide came from the EPA website. As we can see here in this graph, the MERV 13 filter has a higher fractional efficiency. The MERV 13 is the minimum ASHRAE recommendation because it has the filtration efficiency to handle small particles without overly affecting the system static, which we talked about earlier in this presentation. Here we could see a screen print of the air resistance in water gauge for our typical MERV 8 or MERV 13 filters for rooftops between 3 and 6 tons. In summary, adding a MERV 13 filter gives you an increase of 0.03 inches water gauge over MERV 8 and 0.07 inches water gauge over MERV 4. In other words, increasing to a MERV 13 filter will not give you a static pressure increase that's too great for the motor to be able to overcome. So we do recommend for commercial applications you upgrade to a minimum of the MERV 13 filter. This slide illustrates the different filters that we have available in MERV 8 and MERV 13 per cat number for the box sizes, from A box to the E box, and including all of the elite air handlers. Before we talk a little bit about UVC products that we have available for our commercial product line, let's first look at the UV radiation wavelength breakdown. In general, optical radiation with a wavelength shorter than that of visible radiation and above 100 nanometers is considered ultraviolet light and is subdivided into 3 categories. UVA is between 350 to 400 nanometers. UVB is between 280 and 315 nanometers. And UVC is between 100 to 280 nanometers. In general, Lennox uses the UVC radiation segment in their lights to help destroy indoor contaminants. The wavelengths destroy part of the microbe's genetic material, preventing replicating. When UVC light hits a microbe, it penetrates the outer shell and, given time, will kill the cell or organism. Shortwave UV energy passes through cell, spore, and virus exterior, damages genetic material, which inhibits it from replicating. Residence time is defined by the average length of time during which a substance, a portion of material, or an object is given in location or condition, such as absorption or suspension. In the case of UVC radiation, the longer or the more intense the UVC light has in regards to time or intensity towards any contaminant, the more likely that that UVC light will destroy the contaminant faster. Similar to the previous filter slide, this slide illustrates what UVC lamp kits we have available for installation in all of our commercial rooftop products. Here are the typical installation and safety recommendations that Lennox has for our UVC light installation in our rooftops. Lennox recommends that for all new installations and maintenance procedures, the power to the UVC light is disconnected. To ensure that the technician complies with this request, Lennox adds a safety label on the outside panel of the unit. See figure 2 to the left. Lennox also adds a triangular sheet metal panel to the unit to separate access between the blower and filter sections. This is to avoid UVC light from entering the filter section. See second figure to the left. The technician must always refer to the installation and service manuals to ensure proper steps when installing or servicing a UVC light. Plasma air ionizers for commercial product applications. How bipolar ionization works at the molecular level. Energy is imparted to a neutron oxygen molecule. The molecule is ionized, emitting an electron. The O2 molecule becomes a positive ion, and at the same time, the electron is captured by another O2 molecule, creating a negative ion. These charged ions combine with other O2 molecules, forming clusters in the air that is not visible to the naked eye. How does bipolar ionization work inside commercial buildings? Airborne particles are charged by ions, causing them to cluster and to be caught in filters. As they divide to reproduce, bacteria and virus cells bond with oxygen ions and are destroyed. Odors, gases, and aerosols oxidize on contact with oxygen ions and are neutralized. Finally, oxygen ions cause a chemical reaction with volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, breaking down their molecular structure. These test results come directly from the Plasma Air website. Various testing partners, including Long Environmental Protection, Aerosol Research and Engineering Laboratories, amongst others, have participated in various plasma air tests to be able to test the efficacy of the plasma air products in commercial building applications. The first result was a reduction of total VOCs by 98.6% in 1 hour of the plasma air ionizer product being on and working inside the building. Also, formaldehyde was reduced by 95.3% in 1 hour. The particulate smoke was reduced by 96.3% in 1 hour. Dust was reduced by 85.8% in 15 minutes. And so on and so forth. The most interesting one, which is bacteria and viruses, influenza A H1N1, was reduced by 86.6% in 1 hour, according to Takitsato Research Center for Environmental Science in Japan. Common applications for the plasma air ionizers are new construction and retrofits. Common applications include schools, casinos, medical office buildings, retail stores, residences, and many, many more. And now we have the Plasma Air 600 series. Multiple of these units can be installed in the blower section of the unit if required. Each unit treats up to 2,400 CFMs of airflow. The voltages include 12V DC, 24V AC, 120V AC, and 208/240V AC. It operates in 50 and 60 Hertz and consumes less than 1 watt of power. Here we have the 7000 series. It can treat up to 6,000 CFM. The voltages include 24V AC, 120V AC, 120/230V AC, 277 VAC to 12V DC. It also operates in 50 and 60 Hertz, and the external static pressure drop is less than 0.01 inches water gauge. And finally, we have here the bar series ionizers, which treats up to 20,000 CFM. The voltages include 12V DC, 24V AC, 120V AC, 208/240V AC. It operates also in 1560 Hertz, and the external static pressure drop is less than 0.05 inches water gauge. So the Lennox recommendations for building owners are as follows. Option 1, or the good approach, should be for the building owner to at a minimum upgrade to a MERV 13 filter. Option 2, or better, should be that the building owner upgrade to a MERV 13 filter plus UVC lamp. Option 3, or best, should be for the building owner to upgrade to a MERV 13 filter plus plasma air ionizer. And option 4, which is the ultimate approach, would be for the building owner to upgrade to a MERV 13 filter plus plasma air ionizer plus UVC lamp. This would be the best option to be able to reduce as many contaminants as possible in the building and increase the indoor air quality. And with that, I thank you again for your time. I hope that you all remain safe and maintain best practices for safe distancing and wearing masks in your countries as you're going out to your communities to do business. And if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at any given time. Thank you very much and have a great day.